Today on Sports Card Investor, we just got our cards back from our box break of 1988 Fleer basketball. We're going to see what PSA gave us on all of those Jordans. My name is Jeff Wilson. By day, I invest in tech companies. And at night, I invest in sports cards. Join me on my journey to profit from the hobby we all love. Sports card investors, and welcome to an episode that Mark and I have been anticipating for a very long time. It took months and months, in fact about 9 months to be exact.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time, but we got our cards back. Mark, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, good to see you.
And of course, for those of you who've been watching this channel for a while, you probably remember back to last July when we did this box break. Show the box off there, Mark. So we got a brand new box of 1988 Fleer basketball. In fact, you can see all of the wrappers there. And we opened them all on the channel. It was a very popular video. In fact, it is our most popular video to date on this channel. To give it a little context, we bought this 1988 Fleer box on eBay. And by the way, I want to thank eBay. This is very timely because eBay is, of course, a sponsor of this show. eBay is, of course, your #1 spot for cards and collectibles, with the largest inventory of sports cards from basketball to soccer and buyers from around the globe. eBay is the leading place to buy, sell, and invest your cards. Also a good place to buy boxes like this 88 Fleer box. Now, we paid right around $3,000 on eBay when we bought that box, and we bought it back in June of 2020. Now, for some context, the box is worth a lot more today. In fact, this exact box sold just a couple of weeks ago on eBay for close to $12,000. So it's up about 4x from when we bought it. Now, actually, at the peak of the Jordan hysteria a couple of months ago, after those rookie Jordan cards had sold and everything like that in February, this box actually sold for as much as $17,000 on eBay. So there was a period in which this box was up almost 6x. It's come back down a little bit, but it's still today a $12,000 box compared to the $3,000 we paid for it. Now, of course, the big question is going to be, was opening it a good idea? Because we know now we could have gotten a 4x return by just keeping it closed, right? Was opening it a good idea?
Well, we're about to find out, and hopefully there are some high grades in here, but it's possible that they're not. I mean, they were packed fresh, but we bought this box, and I do have to think about, would it have been better off to get it BBCE wrapped and certified? Because when we bought this box, we had a lot of confidence in the buyer. We had a lot of discussions and messages, and we got comfortable that this was an unsearched box. And in fact, with all those Jordans, it clearly was. But it does make you think about vintage wax. If you're out there looking at buying vintage, if you're buying 86, 87 packs, if you're buying 87, 88, or even the Magic Bird, the odds of getting it one and then the odds of it grading high might be pretty slim these days. And so I think it's tempting to say, well, how many Jordan 10s might be in that box? But with everything that's going on with grading right now, it might be safe to assume you might get none. And maybe the best way to actually preserve this is to keep it wrapped. But I got to tell you, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun ripping it, that's for sure.
Yeah, and we're going to see in a minute how these grades were. But in general, and I've said it on this channel 100 times before, 1,000 times before, in general, you are better off buying wax and keeping it sealed and reselling it sealed most of the time. And I'm talking a vast majority of the time, whether it's modern or vintage. You open the box up, whatever you get outside of it, even with the grading and the opportunity to get, good grades back, most of the time that's not going to be worth the price of the box. But we did this in part for fun. We did this in part because we knew it would make good content on the show. And hey, we got more good content from it right here because we're about to see what these grades are. Now, we are not expecting, I'm not expecting any PSA 10s. PSA has, although they will not officially state this, there's been plenty of research that has been done by a lot of good researchers in the sports card space that shows that over time with real classic sets, and this is one of them, and real key cards like Jordan cards, that PSA gets progressively tougher with how they grade, and it becomes harder and harder to get a really high grade. So for that reason alone, I'm not expecting any PSA 10s. Hopefully we're going to get some 9s. But if we do pull a 10, we're going to celebrate. Tell them how we're going to celebrate, Mark.
Well, each not only do we preserve the box, and we've got all the packs, we've also preserved all the gum. And frankly, I might just eat some gum anyway.
We might have to do it.
Part of the experience. Like I said, I'm not sure that we're going to get a 10, and I think it'd be a lot of fun. And by the way, these box and this wrapper, this will not be going up for sale. I don't want to put this in the hands of somebody that might have feel like packing these up with some common cards and putting it up for sale. This is going to go into the personal collection back at home.
Yeah, I agree. For good thing for the hobby not to resell your unopened packs where someone could use it as a scam operation for somebody else. Yeah, so I don't know if we're going to pull a 10. In fact, I probably don't think we will, but if we do, we got some gum coming. But if we don't, we're going to see what we can get. Now, as I said, PSA is traditionally tough on grading these cards. Also, one thing to consider, whenever you open up a box, especially an older box like this, even if the cards are in fabulous condition, edges, corners, etc., you often have centering issues. And we saw a lot of centering issues when we were opening up this set to begin with, back when we were doing it last year. So we know that a lot of these cards aren't going to be perfect.
And printing defects.
Printing defects as well.
Lines,
we saw
eyes.
those as well. We saw several printing dots, that type of thing on these cards. But we wanted to send them in anyway, because even if you get a PSA 8 or a PSA 9 with some of these older cards, especially like a Jordan or even a Pippen, that's going to be more valuable than it would be for it to be raw. So we figured any grade. And for the stickers, we're honestly expecting not even necessarily PSA 8. We may be below that on some of these stickers. But we wanted to send it in anyway, because we felt like getting these cards authenticated was a good idea given the rarity and the age. And the importance of a lot of these cards in the sports card hobby. All right, I feel like I've talked a lot. I feel like the audience is probably ready to see the grades.
I'm ready.
You're ready. I'm ready to see the grades. We have not seen these grades yet. This is live TV. Well, actually, you're seeing a video, but it's live to us right now. This moment is the first time we're going to see it. All right, here we go, Mark.
Now for the crying or the celebrating. Should
we wish some good luck upon this here? Do you have like a good luck thing? You want to give it a little good luck touch there?
Good luck.
All right, I just gave that a little good luck pat. Okay, let's see what side these grades are on. Okay, so they're on this side. All right, so I'm going to turn them this way so no one can see the grades. We cannot see the grades. Take this rubber band off. If you go back and see the comments of that original video we did, many people in the comments were criticizing that we did not immediately penny sleeve every single card. We probably should have, to be quite honest. We probably should have penny sleeved every single card we took out. However, I closely inspected every single card when we went to then go actually sleeve them, which we did shortly thereafter. There was no wax transfer between the cards, none. And I examined them under magnifying. There was no wax transfer. So that would not have affected the grades the way that we did it, even though, point taken, penny sleeve. Please penny sleeve your cards.
Lesson
learned. Penny sleeve your cards, people. Okay, here we go. Let's go. All right, so it looks like we're going to start with a Magic Johnson. Is that going to be a sticker?
It's the All-Star card.
So there we go, and that is an 8. Okay, not bad. Not bad for an All-Star card there. All right, so we got a PSA 8 Magic Johnson. There we go.
I'd be happy 8 or above on anything. I'm happy with 8s.
Yeah, 8s are good.
Nines would be sweet, and 10 will go nuts.
All right, we've got an Akeem Olajuwon coming. Here we go. That's the Akeem All-Star card, and that also got an 8. Okay, all right, that's all right. We got 2 8s in a row. Yeah, 8s and above I think are solid here. We got a Charles Barkley All-Star coming. And, we got a 9. We got our first 9, Mark.
Excellent.
Pretty nice there. We got our first 9. Do you
feel
like...
Given the expectations for no 10s...
Oh, he's going to the gum?
I'm eating gum for any 9s.
He's going to the gum?
Now this gum, how old it is? Wow. This is some pretty old gum from 1988.
You're going to take this piece. You're going to have this in your mouth the whole episode. Are you sure you want to...
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully more than one.
Okay, this next one's a Jordan. If the Jordan gets an... Oh, that crunch. I hope you heard that crunch. Oh my God, that crunch was brutal. All right, if the Jordan gets a 9, I'll join you. Here's the Jordan All-Star. What did that one do? Coming into focus, it's an 8. Okay, all right, that's cool. We'll take the 8. We'll take the 8 on the Jordan All-Star. There you go. All right, another Jordan All-Star. Give us a 9 on one of these Jordans. What do you think? You think we get a 9 on one of these Jordans?
I'm not looking forward to any more gum. I got to tell you, that was was quite an experience. But let's see it. Let's hope for a 9. Or what do we got here?
7.
Oh,
Yikes.
I can see the centering on that. The
Yikes.
centering on that is
the
definitely
centering.
not going to get 8
Now,
centering.
this was one of them. This is an example of a card that we knew wasn't going to do particularly well, but we decided that especially the Jordans, and I think the Pippens, being Pippen's rookie year as well, we decided that all the Jordans and the Pippens basically needed to go no matter what, just to get them authenticated. Even if we don't resell and just have them in PCs, having them authenticated like that's a nice thing. So we sent those all in, even knowing that the centering on that one wasn't very good. Okay, we got another Jordan one coming. This is our 3rd Jordan All-Star. We got 4 Jordan All-Stars total. Come on, give us a good one on one of these. Give us a good one. What do we got there? An 8. Okay. All right.
By the way, you just look at that card. That's one of the classic, one of the best Michael Jordan cards of all time.
The pose is so great. Here's the final one of those that we got from this box. The final Jordan All-Star. Another 8. Okay. All right. Well, there you go. That's 3 8s and a 7 on the Jordan All-Star cards. We weren't expecting 10s, as I said. I was hoping for a 9 on one of those because some of those I thought were.
But we have gotten 1 9, so we know they're still giving 9s.
They're giving 9s. They may not be giving 10s anymore, but they're giving 9s. Okay, we got a Magic Johnson. Now I think we're getting to some base cards here. So yes, that's a base card, Magic Johnson. An 8. An 8 seems to be a familiar pattern here. We got another Magic Johnson base card. An 8. All right. Karl Malone base card. A 7. Yikes. Okay. All right. So that one we're probably a little surprised that one was a 7, right? What was the... I don't
remember. I don't remember anything that we thought wouldn't grade at least an 8 and possibly a 9.
The centering is a little off left to right, and it's also a little off top to bottom. But look, gosh, guys, look at the corners are sharp, the edges are sharp. You got a little centering for sure, but I didn't think that was a 7. The surface on this, as I said, I looked on the surfaces. Now I will say there's a print defect on the back. Maybe that is what. Because we looked at these closely, but you got a little, I don't know if it can show up on the camera there. There's a little print defect right there by that NBA logo, right by where my finger is. Maybe that weighed in a little bit onto it as well. I don't know. Disappointed in a 7. All right, Patrick Ewing, here we go. A 7 again. Another 7. Wow, they were tough on these. They were definitely tough on these. Yeah, these base cards, the ones of like Malone and Ewing and that type of thing, obviously not being rookie cards of these guys, being third-year cards, we probably would have been a little more, careful about sending them in. Gosh, once again, centering is not 100% perfect on that card, but really there's not a surface issue. And it's the corners are sharp, edges are sharp.
Are those white dots next
to
his
actually,
head?
now that you mentioned
those print dots, or is that on the case?
No, that was just on the case.
That was on the case,
okay. Yeah. I don't know. Okay, Larry Bird. Let's see how our Larry Bird base did. A 9. Okay, all right.
That's a solid
9s
card.
are possible. Yeah. 9s are possible. All right, we got a Jordan coming up. This is a big one. We got a Jordan rookie, or not rookie, but a Jordan 3rd year, a Jordan base card.
And there's going to be 3 in a row. There's going to be 3 in a row right here because they're grouping them all together.
This is it. All right, you guys ready? Here's Jordan number 1. Come on, give us a little love. Okay, an 8. Not bad. And again, these we said we're going to submit regardless of what the grade is. Jordan number 2. You guys ready? 7. Come on, PSA. Help us out. All right, Jordan number 3.
Last chance, because this will be our 7th Jordan from the. There's the stickers. There's still stickers, but we know those are not getting.
The stickers are going to be. The stickers are going to be brutal.
Those are going to be 4s.
All right, come on, Jordan. Come on, give us a 9. Give us a 9, PSA. Give us a 9. 7. Damn. All right. Well, man.
It's a beautiful card, but it's not going to grade. Maybe today's grading scales is a little tougher.
It would be really interesting to look at some of these against some of the photos in PSA's database, because PSA has actually databased cards that have been submitted to them recently. If you look up PSA certification on different card numbers, you can see you can sometimes see high resolution images on PSA's website. I bet you that we would find some 9s that were condition-wise very similar to those.
And I think, honestly, the difference between some of these cards might not even be visible to the naked eye. I mean, you would probably need, the super magnification to see some of the things that they're critiquing on these cards.
All right. Well, we're not done yet, ladies and gentlemen. We still got a lot of Pippen rookies to go and some other Rodman rookies to go, some other great cards. But let's go with our Akeem Olajuwon. Got an 8 on that Akeem card. Got another Akeem card here. An 8 there as well. Okay. A Reggie Miller. Now, this, by the way, has been a good lesson that just because you're ripping a box, especially a vintage box, and those cards immediately are going off for grading, but you are, it's the idea that you could pull a 10 is honestly low.
Well, when you look at some of the wax that's being sold, people are selling, 86 Fleer wax, and people are saying, well, what are your odds of getting a Jordan, or you see a box? How many 10s are in that box? I think it's
Almost
just kind of a fallacy at this point to assume that you could get any
Totally
10s
agree.
out of a submitted pack right now.
The 10 count would be 0 if you open up a box of 86 Fleer. I pretty much guarantee it. And of course, that's what you're seeing here with 88 Fleer. We're not even close to sniffing a 10 on most of these cards. We got in a few 9s, but mostly 8s throughout. But now we're getting to the Scottie Pippen rookie cards. These are critical cards from this set. So even though the Jordans didn't do it for us, maybe we could redeem ourselves a little bit here with these Scottie Pippen cards. You guys ready? Here we go. Let's see what this one is at. An 8. Okay.
That's our grade.
That's our grade. I tell you what, PSA likes that 8 sticker, don't they? All right, let's see what this one's at. Also an 8. Okay. There it is. All right, let's take a look at this one. This is okay.
The Rodman rookies.
Now we're on to the Rodman rookies.
Yep.
We're on to the Rodman rookies. All right, another important card. Let's see what we can get on the Rodman rookies. 7. 7.
That hurts.
Rough, man. Another Rodman rookie. 7 again on these Rodman rookies. Wow. All right, another Rodman rookie. 7.
Man.
Wow.
7s across the board for Rodman.
We
got one more Rodman.
I feel like this grader just didn't like Rodman. This is the last base card. And we are at another 7. 4 straight 7s on these Dennis Rodman cards. Wow. That's disappointing. It's disappointing.
Right from the pack to the grader.
Right from the pack to the grader.
I think clearly we're confirming our lesson here is don't open your wax.
Do not open your wax, ladies and gentlemen. Do not open, especially vintage wax. Yeah. Especially vintage wax. Do not open it, ladies and gentlemen. Do not be tempted. We did that again. We did this partially for fun, partially for entertainment. But it's a financial lesson right here in why opening wax can be not a good idea. Okay, now we're on to our stickers. Now, we've already talked about how we anticipated that these stickers were not going to be graded well. And what are some of the reasons for that?
Mostly it's the centering. The pop count, I haven't looked at them, but when we did this originally, the pop count, like for highly graded Jordan stickers, this one I looked at, was next to nothing. Mm-hmm. I mean, just almost impossible to find. I think the PSA 10 Jordan sticker, even when we did this before the run-up, was like over $10,000 to $20,000 for a PSA 10 Jordan sticker, just because I think there was only a small handful of them even in existence.
Yeah, so... Yeah, we're not expecting much, but let's see. You guys ready? Here we go. First Jordan sticker, a 6. Okay,
look at the centering on that. You can
yeah,
see
that's kind of in line. And we obviously, as Mark said, we were fully aware that this thing was not going to grade particularly well, but we just we wanted to get these all in anyway just to authenticate them.
So what's interesting is that is visually, you can't even argue with that as being a 6. That's totally fine.
Sure.
But then you look at some of the Rodmans that only got one notch higher.
Right.
That seem like they look like they could be 2 to 3 notches higher.
I agree. All right, here we go. Here's the second Jordan sticker. 5. Yeah. Wow. On down the grading scale, but you can see the centering there.
It's off top to bottom, and you got the diamond cut. Looks like a little bit of a diamond cut.
Yeah,
if I see that right.
Yeah, you can see that. So not a huge surprise. The third Jordan sticker, a 6. I think the Jordan stickers were the only ones we submitted, right? Because I believe the rest of these of these are actually just for Stockton.
Yeah, I don't think one they would have been worth it in the condition that we had. Even the centering would have limited the grade anyway. So to get a Larry Bird sticker to get a 6 just wouldn't be worth grading.
So here we are. down to our last few cards. John Stockton, which, as
they
we
all
mentioned earlier,
Stocktons?
they're all the last four are Stocktons.
Okay.
Four are Stocktons. So here we go. Let's see. And this is Stockton's technically his rookie card, even though he had been playing in the league for 4 years at that point. There had never been a basketball card of him before. So here we go. Let's see what we got with our Stocktons. Okay, we got an 8. That old familiar number is back again.
I'm almost thankful to get an 8 now.
Yeah. We got another 8.
Another 8.
Okay. Another 8. Final card. Final card. Man, I wanted to eat some gum so bad, Mark.
You're more than welcome.
I might have to do some gum anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
There's a half piece. There's a half piece here for you.
Final card is also an 8. Okay, so there you go. So that was the total. That was the running count. We got a couple of 9s out of the whole thing. A whole bunch of 8s. And then, unfortunately, some lower grades as well on some of the cards where it really would have counted.
I tell you that one of the more painful parts of not getting a 10 is the viewers might have seen us have to physically duke it out to see who was going to keep the 10 because we hadn't really even talked about how we were going to split the box yet. So this will be a lot easier to divvy up.
Absolutely.
For sure.
All right, well, hey, you know what? You know what? Give me some of that gum, Mark. Here we go. Give me some of that gum. In celebration, it was a fun box to open. It was a fun box to break. We spent months in agony waiting for those to come back graded from PSA, but we got to do this tonight. I'm going to have this piece of gum, and then I'm going to go spit this out, and then, Mark, you and I, we're going to have a little whiskey. We're going to have the good stuff after this.
That's right.
We're going to toast to that. But anyway, here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
What do you think of that?
Oh, absolutely horrible.
Yeah. There's no gum flavor at all. It's basically like eating a piece of rock or gravel.
Honestly, that really freaking bad.
Yeah, I didn't want to mess up your flow during the show while I was chewing it, but I didn't want to spoil it for you. But it's pretty tough.
That's not good.
It's rough.
All right, we wrapped it. That's not good. Not good. Okay.
Do not eat the gum. Do not open the wax. Do not eat the gum. Do not send it in for grading. Keep it all sealed.
Thank you, everybody. See you next time. Bye-bye.
That's pretty disgusting, isn't it?
Gross.
I was actually surprised as to how bad it was, and I was like, wait a minute. There's nothing even left to spit out. It's just like dry, crumbly.